Hello and welcome. I'm Sandy Chi, and here's what happened this week. A nationwide beach cleanup held by a local NGO has come to an end. Over the past 2 months, the volunteers collected more than 8 tons of garbage across Taiwan. Yu Jinghuang has more.
Prayers to the sea deities. 水仙尊王 are believed to protect fishers, making them the ideal gods to pray to for some divine blessings for going to work by the sea. In this case, for a beach cleanup, the final one in a series hosted by local NGO Rethink. Since starting in mid-July, the organization has led more than 2,700 volunteers to pick up beach litter in several locations across Taiwan, collecting more than 8 tons of garbage. It seems a lot, but that's only a small fraction of the estimated 955 metric tons of marine waste on Taiwan's beaches. But it's a start. Collaborating with local temples like this helps recruit more volunteers. Likewise, making the cleanup an island-wide event helps gain attention. Some participants join as many slots as they can, like this man, who only missed out on one location.
有徒步环岛，有重机环岛，也有骑摩托车环岛。我认为环岛净滩应该是比骑重机还要有意义，所以我觉得我就会尽力的来做这些净滩的活动，这样子。
Rethink's project manager said in recent years, they've seen a growing awareness of the problem of marine trash on Taiwan's beaches. But most notably, big businesses are starting to ask how they can help.
企业其实有蛮明显的感受，就是大家就是会开始更多找我们来协助举办，然后也举办让更多民众可以来参与的这样的活动。
The last beach cleanup being tackled by Rethink is at an estuary where a bunch of different garbage has piled up. The beach here is often covered in waste from the sea and household garbage that floated down the Gaoping River.
Taiwan's west coast is dirtier than the east because it's where most of the country's population and industry is located. Garbage collected from eastern Taiwan's coastline only accounts for 5% of the country's total. The highest amount comes from the southwestern cities, where the fishing industry is largest, accounting for 26%. Meanwhile, Kaohsiung and Pingtung together make up 11%. Research shows that the largest source of Taiwan's marine litter, 70%, is from the fishing industry. Although there's no way for volunteers to deal with bigger debris, every little bit they collect adds up.
我们投入去净滩，其实就是实质上在减少海洋垃圾，因为当我们去这个岸上把这些海洋垃圾捡起来，其实就减少了这些垃圾再度跑到海里面的机会。
But any major changes still rely on government policies. Big items such as driftwood can't be moved by volunteers alone. And volunteer beach cleanups are only held on easily accessible beaches.
那因为我们发现说海废的分布它其实是很不平均的，就是可能有超过一半或是 60% 的海废是堆积在只有 10% 的海滩上。换句话说，其实只要清理这个 10% 的最脏的这个污染热点，其实我们台湾整个垃圾量就可以减少一半甚至60%以上。
Research indicates that marine waste on Taiwan's beaches has been reduced by almost 33% over the past year, thanks to government efforts to tackle the issue. But a long-term solution will need everyone to play their part, no matter how small that might be. Kamashi and Yu Jinghuang for TaiwanPlus.
Southern Taiwan is facing a growing threat, invasive green iguanas. But there are several types of iguanas in the country. Why is it only the green ones that pose a problem? We have the details. Blue iguanas, red iguanas, green iguanas, and albino iguanas. This is not a Dr. Seuss book. It's a gathering of pet owners. Reptiles have become popular pets in recent years, with more and more families adopting scaly babies rather than dogs and cats. These owners say iguanas and other lizards are easier to care for and just as caring.
因为我觉得它长得很特别，而且鬣蜥它们是吃全素的，所以其实饲养起来还蛮方便。
But while these iguanas all have loving homes, over the years many more have escaped or were released into the wild. There, their numbers have exploded, and they pose a serious threat to the environment. They can even affect humans, entering people's homes and causing traffic accidents. They've had such a big impact that they're considered an invasive species.
Out of all these different types of iguanas, why are the green ones considered a problem in Taiwan? To find out why, we need to look back a few decades to when they were imported into Taiwan in large numbers.
In the early 2000s, around 100,000 green iguanas were brought to Taiwan. Back then, a baby green iguana cost around $30, much cheaper than other iguana species with other colors. That price eventually dropped as low as $7 after the local population exploded. And that's where the problem started.
野外泛滥之后，那数量变多了，价钱越来越低的时候，人家就觉得可能不会那么把它们放在心上这样。
In comparison, this little blue iguana costs up to $280. This red one is far more expensive. The owner says it cost him almost $1,000. Even if iguanas of other colors are valued more, that doesn't save them if they do get released into the wild. There, their attractive colors actually work against them, lowering their chances of survival.
虽然就我们人的眼睛看起来它非常的漂亮，可是呢，问题是这一些漂亮的颜色呢，在野外的环境其实反而会凸显说它很容易被发现，它在野外就有可能被一些猛禽啊或者是鸟类啊把它吃掉。
Compared with their brightly colored cousins, green iguanas are also more adaptable. These traits have made them a big problem in southern Taiwan, where they're damaging farmland and competing with native species for food and territory. To try and fight their spread, the government has banned the import, breeding, and unlicensed ownership of green iguanas. Despite these measures, reptile breeders haven't been too badly affected. The government opened other options for the reptile industry, allowing them to breed iguana species of other colors.
那会有一些像想去追求高品系的玩家，那慢慢从国外去找看有没有不一样的基因回来，那去把它培育，看就是跟大家分享这样。
The government has also allowed new species of reptile into the country.
那个时候，他就适度的把这一项有所开放。那个犀牛鬣蜥，那有它适度的开放的，它原本是国际保育类1级保育类。
The government is still trying to tackle the problem of invasive green iguanas. But it's also making sure that reptile lovers and people who make a living from these lizards can continue to live with the animals they love. When you think of a pageant, you may think of talent shows and flashy outfits. But for the Miss Taiwanese American competition, winning the crown means acting as a cultural ambassador for Taiwan in the US. Our reporter Lizzie Liao traveled to California to speak to last year's winner to learn more about her responsibilities.
Not every 19-year-old gets the opportunity to shake hands and greet a head of state, but for Tiffany Chang, it was one of her duties as Miss Taiwanese American 2022.
My name is Tiffany Chang, Zhang Fangyu, and I currently attend Stanford University, majoring in management science and engineering. And this past year, I served as the Miss Taiwanese American Queen of 2022.
Tiffany has lived in Los Angeles her entire life. But because of her upbringing, she's very in touch with her Taiwanese roots, including speaking Taiwanese Hokkien, commonly known as Taiwanese.
So growing up, I always spoke Taiwanese with my grandma, my grandparents, and I was very just in touch with my Taiwanese heritage.
Being crowned Miss Taiwanese American helped Tiffany gain a deeper appreciation for her background.
We were in the Huntington Beach parade, seeing a lot of people on the side like cheering for us and being like, "Oh, go Taiwan, like stay safe." That was really a testament to, how far we've come.
Every year, the Taiwan Center Foundation of Greater Los Angeles puts on a pageant to select the next Miss Taiwanese American. The winner of the competition is expected to act as an ambassador for Taiwanese culture throughout the year of their tenure. The selection process is rigorous.
In my year, there were 10 finalists, and so after that, you go through a 7 to 8 week training period, training both on Saturday and Sunday for about 6 to 8 hours. So throughout those 7 to 8 weeks, about, of course, not only the normal things you would think about when you hear pageant, like catwalk, makeup lessons, but most importantly, Taiwanese culture. You get history lessons and cultural lessons as well.
And in her bid to become Miss Taiwanese American, Tiffany built a robot which used infrared and AI technology to do a catwalk alongside her. But Tiffany's real responsibilities started only after she won the crown.
My favorite event by far was when President Tsai came to visit Los Angeles, and I was able to not only meet her, but of course be the MC for her presidential banquet. And so that was a really once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
At a young age, Tiffany took it upon herself to represent Taiwan, a country she wasn't even born in, but has come to appreciate and love because of her heritage. Programs like the Miss Taiwanese American pageant help American-born Taiwanese not only learn more about their roots, but also give them a chance to act as a bridge between the two sides. Lee Sun and Leslie Liao in Burlingame, California for TaiwanPlus.
The Ars Electronica Festival, a major international arts and technology event, will take place in Austria this fall. This year, Taiwan will be exhibiting its top art, made with extended reality or XR. Yujing Huang has more.
A photo taken in Taiwan in the 1960s transforms into an animated world where children run alongside a waterway beneath trees. This VR film, called Childhood Revisited, was created by Taiwanese VR artist Huang Xinjian and directed by Zhang Wenjie. By donning a VR headset, viewers are transported to a rural village inhabited by people from the Hakka minority group, who make up 20% of Taiwan's population. This is just one of the 19 artworks made with extended reality that Taiwan will present at the Ars Electronica Festival in Austria this September. At a pre-departure party in Taipei, organizers sent a welcoming message.
Technology is able to link us and to coin us in our self-understanding what cultural identity might be. The Taiwan Garden is a best practice sample, as I said, and I am very happy to announce this collaboration.
Taiwan's entries at this year's festival center around the metaverse, with each work showcasing a different element of Taiwan. For example, this animated painting of busy streets in 1930s Taipei. And with the help of AI, this traditional ink painting shifts and changes with viewers' movements.
虚拟实境这样的一个技术呢，它其实就是我们现在就是真实到底可以怎么样子用科技去诠释，或是我们今天怎么样去传递真实这件事情。
Some of works also reimagine how the stories of Taiwan's minority groups are told. One of these is an augmented reality piece by Huang Xinjian called Osmorov. The title is a reverse spelling of Formosa, an old name for Taiwan. The piece is an alternative history of the Hakka people's journey from China to Taiwan hundreds of years ago. Rather than traveling across the Taiwan Strait in a boat, though, viewers follow the group into outer space. Huang says he hopes that with this work, the history of the country's Hakka population can be viewed through a contemporary lens.
那我们觉得说这个其实是有趣的，而且就会让我们的客家的下一代去看到说，哎，那我们的未来到底是什么？那我们是不是可以用这样的一个方式去吸引更多我们的年轻人？
People at this year's Ars Electronica will not only see innovative Taiwanese works, they'll be able to hear, smell, and taste some as well. The Taiwan exhibition will open with a performance by dancer Zhang Yijun, whose body will have the country's natural scenery projected onto it. At the end of his dance, Zhang will serve tea to the audience, giving them a hint of Taiwan's flavors, while the team aims to share all that Taiwan has to offer in this area. They also hope to learn from Austria's success in connecting tech companies and artists, and to give Taiwan's tech-based art scene a boost in the near future. Clive Wang and Yujing Huang for TaiwanPlus.
Thanks for watching Here's What Happened. Finally today, check out some highlights from the Crazy for Taiwan concert by the One Song Orchestra. I'm Sandy Chi, take care and see you next time.